you Thursday?
I will see you Thursday at 4:30.
4:30 here.
Here in this room, and
In
then
this
again
room.
Sunday at 9:30.
Yes.
It'll be a long day.
Yes.
That's fine. And the more you practice, the more. What you can do, if you want to have a little card, and if you forget, you know what some people do is they'll make an outline, and they'll just say, you know, the first idea, the second idea, the third idea. They'll just.
You say 1931, Warsaw, Poland. I want that to mean so much more than just 1931.
And tomorrow?
Who knows what it will be? And tomorrow, who knows what it will be?
Okay, stop for a second, please. Two little things. All right.
64 years after the end of the Holocaust, it's clear that the Holocaust is not over. When we look at these pictures, the memorabilia that our survivors have held on to for these last 64 years, we realize that the Holocaust is still such a part of their lives, such a part of everything that they have been about for the last 6.5 decades. Throughout that time, our survivors have told the story to their families, to their children, to schools, to different elements of the communities, on Yom HaShoah events, on Kristallnacht events, and always harboring the story, hanging on to every element of their memory, particularly their collective memory. We have had an opportunity to put together a program with these survivors, with all of their memorabilia, together with young teenagers from our community, through a project called Witness Theater. And through this project, our survivors and our teenagers have begun to share their lives, have begun to share their stories, the teenagers sharing the stories of what it is to be a teenager living in our community, and of course the survivors hearing their story and telling them what it was like being a teenager in their communities when they were growing up, prior to and during the Shoah, the Holocaust.
My name is Norman Frosman. I was born in 1929 in the city of Warsaw, Poland. My mother of 34 years and my sister of 12 were gassed immediately and killed in the concentration camp of Majdanek.
My name is Benno Lindenberg. I was born in Dortmund, Germany, 1920.
My name is Rosette Adler-Goldstein. I was born in Paris, France in 1938.
And one thing that stays with me, when I left that morning of December 20th, I didn't say goodbye to my mother. I didn't even kiss her. And this is something that has remained with me. I was a teenager.
Tribal Rosette starts to tell her poem, you guys are going to be part of the families. You are the families. So
My name is Avi Hoffman. I was born in 1958 in the Bronx, New York City, a child of Holocaust survivors. And I've been in the performing arts all my life. And when I was approached with this project of Witness Theater as the first pilot program in the United States, beyond the honor that I felt and the privilege that I felt to be a part of it, I was scared because I didn't know what to expect. I knew the concept, I understood the idea, but I had no concept or idea of what it was exactly that I could do to take a group of lay people, non-performers, non-actors, just people, students and adults, survivors, and turn them into a group of performers presenting an event in front of an audience. And the challenge has been enormous and perhaps one of the most exciting things I have ever done in my life.
Suddenly the world changed. All was gone. At that point, I want the adults to turn their backs to the children, because the children were left alone.
We were the children. We were happy. We played. We went to school. We were embraced with love of our parents. We had families. We had siblings. We had grandparents. We had aunts and uncles and cousins. Suddenly, the world changed. All was gone. The world turned upside down and became ugly and was never the same again. Now we are adults, but we can't forget. Now we are in a race against time to tell our stories. To these young people, to each one of you, remember and continue our history.
6 million is a huge number, and we cannot just learn about the Holocaust through books, through movies. We have to meet the survivors while we still can, while they're still around. We have to hear the details of what they went through, and then that we need to pass their stories on from generation to generation.
I think the true survival part of the Holocaust is that when these people had nothing, and if any family, and hardly any money, they were able to start over, and they were able to completely just rebuild their lives, and that is something I will always admire, and it has taught me that it is never too late to start over.
My name is Joe Spindell, and I find it very important to pass on my story of my life to the younger generation in order for them to know what happened and how things were.
I am deeply honored to have been chosen to partake in this program, and it has been an unusual experience to work with these students. We have become a family, and we hope it's going to be a great performance.
It's going to reflect our feelings, and it's going to expose a lot of people to what the true Holocaust was. We're very, very happy that we have young people with us, students, and really they're our future.
This was a new outlook, a new aspect of seeing the Holocaust, a new insight to viewing your stories and your occurrences, the tragedies of your life.
And at age 12, the Holocaust started with me. Hitler came to power in 1933 in January. I was 12 years old, and I was with 40 kids in one class, and I was the only Jewish boy, and out of 39 boys became immediately my enemies. We were together brought up for 7 years, and all of a sudden they walked in with brown shirts, swastikas, and their team song was, wenn Judenblut vom Messer spritzt, dann geht es uns noch mal so gut. Their team song was, when Jewish blood is dripping from our knives, our life will be much better.
What are you doing here? Come here right now.
When Jewish blood is dripping from our knives.
When Jewish blood is dripping from our knives,
our life will be much better.
Our lives will be much better. Get out of here.
Instead of 20 individuals, we are one community. And this community has experienced this little bit, this little bit, this little bit. Part of Mike's story might be here in the script, part of Leon's is going to be here, part of Haya's is going to be here, etc. So what happens is there is, you know the word cacophony. I was brought into this project because I had done something similar several times before at Florida Atlantic University. It's funny when you come into something thinking you know exactly what to expect and feeling very confident and very relaxed about it. That's when things start to hit you and you realize this is so different. And that's what I realized with this experience with Witness Theater. Just when we think we know the experience of the Holocaust, just when we think we can wrap our minds around what this meant to the survivors, that's when we're tripped up every time. And that's what Witness Theater is about. It's about bringing us face to face with these people whose stories will not be there for us much longer. And it's been meaningful to me to recognize that I've played a part, I've helped to keep these people's stories alive.
He stopped and he grabbed me and scooped me up in his arms and told me that my father had been taken. Many a night after that, I ran down to the path, hoping, wishing that he would come and I would wait. I never saw the bicycle again. I never heard the whistle, and I never felt his arms around me. I never said goodbye.
Obviously, we didn't literally go through the Shoah together, but it is the story of the Jewish people. It is what happened to the Jewish people. It is what happened to you, but it is, in another sense, what happened to all of us. We all bear that legacy.
We were left alone with our memories to face this broken world alone. Now, we are adults, but we can't forget. Now we are in a race against time to tell our stories. To these young people, to each one of you, remember and continue our history.
I don't know how to thank them for that, for their stories, for taking the time to pass this on to us, to keep not only the memories of those who aren't with us alive, but their stories and their life experiences with us, so that way we can pass it on to future generations.
In August of 1942, the final action started in our town, where most of the 5,000 Jews were murdered.
This event is very important to me because we can relate to the world what happened to us, and this should never happen again.
I'm really excited and honored to have been a part of Witness Theater, and I really hope that it continues in the future.
It was a very moving and emotional experience for both the performers, old and young, and for the audience, old and young. And I think that the lessons of what a performance like this can transmit are extraordinary.
Enjoyed the day. It's a form of information that must be repeated and must be developed all over the world and the United States, so that the memories of these people will never die and their sacrifices for humanity will never die.
This wasn't a show, this was history. This should never happen again. Am Yisrael Chai.
Witness Theater has taught me that you should never ever stop believing and that you should be very thankful for your family.
I know that our stories will go on, and I fell in love with every one of these young people. And please, remember,
it was a great experience for me to share our stories with these young people, and they're so wonderful, and it will stay in my memory for a very, very long time. And also, I got close to a lot of people, and I love them all too.
Witness Theater has been a march of the living right here in Boca Raton for all of us, but it has been also for all of you tonight.
Witness Theater has been one of the most surprising experiences of my life.
Witness Theater has taught me that there are infinite stories of the Holocaust and infinite ways to keep telling those stories.